morning, Chad. Good morning. Keith, just share your screen on Zoom. And I think we are good to go. Mo, just quick audio check on your side. Keeks, how's the audio?
There we go. Morning. Testing, just see that that's okay.
Sounds good on my side. Did Mo say everything is good?
Yeah, everything's hundreds.
I've got to echo again, so just if you're not talking, sorry, just mute on your side. I don't know why, but Chad, Monday 23rd of October, and a new week. Last week, as mentioned, not the easiest of weeks, so don't beat yourself down if you had a toughie last week. Last week was definitely not one of the easiest weeks, but we are here today. Monday, new week, new opportunity to get yourself into the game. And remember, last week has got no bearing on this week. So whatever you did last week, this is a new week, and this is an opportunity for you to do something differently. And I hope you guys did something over the weekend to try and establish where you went wrong last week. But without further ado, it is 8:30. Let's get cracking. Today, nothing much today, so today could be a slower day. We'll have some flow from Friday and however we ended on Friday and whatever happened over the weekend, so nothing much today. Tuesday, we've got quite a bit of data coming out, PMIs out of Australia, and then later in the day we've got employment numbers coming out of Britain. We also have some PMIs out of Germany, also out of the Eurozone, and then later tomorrow as well. So tomorrow is going to be quite busy. Could be a very good day. And then PMIs later the afternoon out of the US. Wednesday, very similar. BOC interest rate decision, expecting the Bank of Canada to pause. And then Thursday, we've got ECB monetary policy statement as well as the interest rate decision on Thursday. So a lot of Euro news also this week. And then Thursday, quite a number of data releases for the US GDP, being one of them, initial jobless claims, and then also pending home sales, and a press conference on Thursday as well. And then Friday, CPC, core personal consumption expenditure, so that's also inflation reading Friday 2:30. So, and then Michigan consumer index 4 o'clock on Friday. I don't know why it's an orange folder, that's supposed to be a red folder, but nonetheless we've got quite a bit of data that we can look forward to this week. And with that being said, we're going to jump straight into the weekly analysis for the dollar index. And just kicking it off, remember I told you guys last week, I just want to see what's happening here. Remember I told you guys last week I am potentially looking at a scenario similar to what happened here in September last year, where the dollar started losing some strength after a very strong bull run. That was mainly caused due to the interest rate increase from the Fed. Also very tight and very aggressive Fed last year. Obviously started talking about potential pauses, even starting to potentially price in some rate cuts. So looking at what happened here, we traded in a range for almost 4 weeks. And then after that, we broke out to the downside. So remember earlier, in the week last week, I mentioned that it is very tricky in terms of whether we're going to continue higher or whether we're going to start reversing. And the interesting thing for me is last week, if you look at this previous support area, I just want to show you guys here, look left with me, that was the previous support area We tried closing back inside of that range and now we have rejected it. So 106.40 key level for me going into this week, and either we start breaking last week's high for a bullish continuation, or what you'll see this week is we'll actually close bearish like this, breaking the structure to the downside, and then that is almost identical as to what we had here, that fake out back above, sucking in the buyers one last time and then reversing. This was in October, and where are we now? Again, we are in October, so very interesting that we are creating more or less the same price structure. On the week, I am gonna have to go with bearish. I'm weirdly enough bearish on the dollar due to the fact that we couldn't hold into that range, we couldn't push into that range. So bearish on the weekly. I'm just going to jump to the 4-hour time frame just to quickly set our weekly pivot. Weekly pivot currently trading at our weekly pivot, and the weekly S1 almost identical to last week, and then our weekly R1. So quite a tight little range for us going into this week. And then the 5-minute time frame, let's quickly look, sorry, daily time frame, haven't looked at the daily. All right, so daily, quite clear for me. I am bearish on the day due to the fact that we broke below this previous support area with a body closure below that. So while we stay below Friday's high, I am also bearish on the day. Let me just do this. Bearish on the day. 5-minute time frame, where are we trading? I just want to get my Asia lows and Asia highs intact here. Right, weekly pivot, daily pivot, currently trading above it. So very interesting what we're going to do. We already took Asia highs, so whatever we do at Asia highs at the open, I would definitely say we first want to see what we do at the daily pivot, and whatever we do there, that's going to determine my daily move. Either I'm going to be buying from here or I'll be selling. But as mentioned, I am bearish on the day, bearish on the week, so we'll monitor that closer to the open. US30, starting off with our top-down analysis. Weekly time frame, last week we were bearish. This week I am bearish again. I'm going to show you guys why. Just want to clear that up. So taking out last week's high, then closing below last week's low. And if you look at the potential support areas, we have now closed below that on a weekly time frame. Very little to no bottom wick, but I am bearish on the week, and on the daily time frame I am also bearish due to the fact that we closed below this previous area of support right there, and we've got this yearly pivot level that we can potentially come and retest to the downside. So 4-hour time frame, let's quickly set our weekly pivot levels. That is my weekly pivot level there, that is my weekly S1, and then our weekly R1. All right, 5-minute time frame, let's quickly look at that. Where are we trading? So tight little range on the Asia. So Asia lows right there, Asia highs up here. All right, we had a little bit of a gap up, still a little bit of an open gap there, so I would say quite easy this morning if we can start rejecting Asia highs. Asia high rejections, that's definitely going to push us down. Also the daily pivot at the Asia highs. Also quickly going to take the time now to look at what happened overnight in the Asia session. So Nikkei closing down 0.83%, also gapping down, and then Hang Seng closing down 0.75%. So a lot of bearish risk off order flow coming through from the overnight Asia trading, so keep that in mind. We're expecting some sort of bearish continuation. Weekly time frame, Nasdaq, let's quickly look at it. This is relatively straightforward for me. The only thing that's going to make it a little bit tricky for us is we are trading at a previous resistance area, but see how previously we've bounced off that level and now we've had a bearish closure slightly below that. So I'm bearish on the week. Daily time frame, let's quickly look at what we've got on the daily. Alright, so daily you can clearly see, I'm looking at the bodies, not the wicks. You can see that Friday's body closure was below that previous support area right there, and that's the first time we have now closed below that area, therefore bearish on the day as well. I'm just going to quickly jump down to a 4-hour time frame. Let's quickly set our weekly pivot levels. So we could pull back all the way to that weekly pivot level, and just gonna mark out the weekly R1, and then 5-minute time frame. Let's just quickly mark out our Asia range on the 5. Very nice tight Asia range, daily pivot above the Asia highs, so could potentially get our fake out first, something like this, and then as soon as we come back inside of the range, that is where we can potentially execute some shorts. So that is potentially the move I'll be looking for this morning. Jumping down to USD JPY, Keeks, you must let me know when you want to jump in with your analysis.
Yeah, perfect, will do. I'm just finishing up marking a few things. I'll let you know.
Let's quickly look at... Sorry guys. Bless me twice. USD JPY weekly time frame. Remember last week we were bullish due to the fact that we had a weekly closure above that resistance level. Last week again closing bullish, so nothing telling me to sell as of yet. I'm still weirdly enough convinced that 152 can be reached this year, that wick fill looking left. And daily time frame, let's just look at the daily quickly, and let's just change that. Daily time frame, ugly range on the daily time frame. We've got this resistance area there, we've got this minor support area right here, so I'm expecting some type of breakout either today or tomorrow, and then this 150 level, quite a key level. Once we can get through that, I think, like I mentioned last week, as soon as we start breaking through that, I'm expecting a very explosive move, because I think there's going to be a lot of short orders there, and they are absolutely going to run those stop losses. So 4-hour time frame, let's quickly set our weekly pivot levels. Our weekly pivot all the way down there, weekly S1 at 149, and then our weekly R1 all the way up here. 5-minute time frame, let's quickly look at what we've got on the 5. Currently resisting there at Asia highs, Asia lows still intact, accumulation distribution still firmly bullish, and yeah, it's going to be quite tough trading Asia highs with only about a 4-pip range to the round number. I'm not going to be trying to buy the Asia highs. I'll first wait for the round number. Whatever we do there, that is what I am going to be executing on, and I'm actually going to set some alerts right there. Could be a very quick move, guys. We could miss it, so I'm just letting you guys know it could be a very aggressive capitulating move through that 150. Otherwise, Asia lows, we'll try and get something here, 149.80, but that is what I'm looking at. Weekly time frame, GJ, still in this weekly range. So now we've obviously had 2 consecutive bullish weekly closures. There we had it, here we had it again. I am bullish on the week for GJ, without a doubt. Bullish on the week. Daily time frame, let's quickly look at the daily as well. So daily we've had support, so almost 2, 4, 6, 7 rejections off that level on the daily. So 182.77, and then after that 183.70. Those are our levels that we can target to the upside. And on the 4 hour, just want to quickly run through our weekly pivot levels. Currently trading above our weekly pivot level, and then just want to remove that off round number there, and then weekly R1 up here, and then weekly S1. Let's quickly mark out our weekly S1, and we set for the week. 5-minute time frame. Apologies, I skipped the daily. No, so daily bullish. Daily time frame for me is bullish as well. And then the 5-minute time frame, what do we have? Right, Asia low still intact, and Asia highs intact as well. Trading above the weekly pivot ideally, I would say, but yeah, here's the issue now, guys. See how we are trading below the 80. Also the 80 is pointing down somewhat, so I'm gonna have to wait and see what we do after the open. Nothing clear cut or clean for me there. So gold weekly time frame, let's look at the weekly. This is relatively easy for me on the week. Why do I say that? Because look at this on a weekly time frame. Look left with me, gold on the weekly. Here you can see 2 consecutive weeks, actually 3 we rejected. Here again 3 consecutive weeks we rejected. This is the first time since March, at the beginning of March, where we closed above this level. And look what happened previously when we closed above this level, pulled back, still held above it. And then after that, I think we made yearly highs, very close to the all-time highs as well. Didn't take out those all-time highs. ICT guys and SMC guys will be looking at this weekly time frame, and I think they will identify this as weekly liquidity. So at some stage price is wanting to go above that to take out stops, to either reverse or to continue. But I am bullish on the week. And where can we trade to? So on a weekly time frame, this is our range that we are trading in. This is about what is it, $50 range, quite a big range to trade in. No top wick, we've already created a bottom wick, so that's quite interesting. And then on the daily time frame, let's quickly establish our daily bias. I'm just going to pull a straight line quickly here. Just want to show you guys this. So looking left with me, daily support, daily resistance, and we close slightly above that area on Friday. We've already taken Friday's low. No top wick, massive top wick to the upside, 1996. And I'm going to say if we can start flipping bullish on the day, 1980, I'm actually going to mark that out, our daily flip zone. And if we can hold above this daily flip zone, because one of two things can happen here, guys. If there's no daily top wick, price can push up, create a tiny little top wick, and then come back down. Or what's going to happen is this was all the liquidity on the daily time frame being grabbed to then continue higher, and as soon as it flips bullish, it will run to full Friday's daily wick to the upside. So daily I'm bullish, weekly I'm bullish. 4 hour, let's quickly mark out our 4 hour zones, and weekly pivot all the way here, and then weekly S1 down here. Where's our weekly R1? There's it. Alright, so that's set. 5-minute time frame. Let's quickly look at what we've got on the 5. Let's quickly mark out our Asia high, Asia low, accumulation still strongly bullish, so I would say I wouldn't trade within the Asia range, to be honest. I will personally wait for that daily flip zone. Whatever happens here, that will be my determining factor. 1980, I'll actually set some alerts for us there. Right, GBP USD, let's quickly go to the weekly time frame. We still have some time. Let me just clear that out for us. Right, here's the tricky one here now. Remember last week we talked about, this is the weekly time frame, guys. Remember last week we talked about this previous area that in March, Feb had a lot of rejection there, and as soon as we closed back above it, we had that massive move to the upside. So we tested that zone again. We closed bullish last week, taking out the previous weekly low, and I'm gonna go ahead and say I am tilted to the long side while we stay above last week's low. So if we can hold last week's low, I am gonna be bullish on this, because I'm going to show you guys now what can potentially happen. This move right here, this could be the fake out, and if you go on our Discord, this is one of the entry drills that I use. Just want to show you guys quickly, and that is why I say price is fractal. Those entry drills, you can even use it on higher time frames, and I just want to show you guys quickly what I mean. I'm just going to copy it so you guys have a very clear understanding as to how I potentially preempt. Remember, I'm creating a thesis for myself, but I'm not married to the thesis. So this is one of our reversal trade entry drills. So can we potentially get something like this on the weekly time frame? That is what I'm trying to ask myself. Is this the fake out to suck in sellers, the retail sellers, to then take it up, and this week or potentially even next week you can get a bullish candle closure like this on the week, where we then break this structure to the downside, and it is very clean then to trade back into the range. So that is what I'm potentially thinking could happen. That's why I'm going bullish on the week. 8 minutes left. Let's quickly look at what's happening on the daily time frame. So daily, quite easy for me. We have now closed back inside of this range on the daily, 2 consecutive bullish daily candle closures. So relatively easy to trade this all the way back to 1,222. And then after that, we'll need to see whether we can break through and then push up to 1,200-300. But I'm going to go with bullish on the day as well. So bullish on the day for GU. And 4 hour time frame, let's quickly mark out our weekly pivot levels. As soon as we've got our weekly pivot levels set, we'll jump down to the lower time frames. Yearly pivot down here. If we start testing that yearly pivot level, I'm gonna lean towards the short side. I honestly don't want to see us trading back there again, And 4 hour time frame, weekly pivot, we're very close to it in today's session. And then Asia highs up here, and then Asia lows down here. What is the AD doing? AD pointing down, still trading below the 200. So as soon as we can get back above this 200, something like that, we can start looking for potential buy opportunities. Other than that, we would need to wait. We've got this weekly pivot here. Asia low still intact. Are we gonna maybe get something here from the 50? I don't know. I'm gonna wait for the open. And USD ZAR, I'm not gonna look at. I sent out the weekly newsletter. 19 key level there. Euro USD weekly time frame, we've got 6 minutes left. Let's quickly look at the weekly. Very easy for me. This is bullish. That exact same setup I was talking about. Let me paste it here again. This is basically it, just with one weekly candle. So I'm bullish on the week. So weekly time frame for me is bullish. Daily time frame, we're going to quickly look at what's happening on the daily time frame as well. I am bullish due to the fact that you can see we closed above this previous area of resistance there. We've got a nice easy range back up to 106.20, and then after that we can decide as to what we are going to do. This is also a pullback, so we can still come lower, but see how after we broke this previous swing high, we made a pullback, and now we are creating bullish market structure on the daily. 4 hour time frame, let's quickly mark out our weekly pivot levels. Weekly pivot right there. Asia low is going to be somewhere there. We'll mark that out now. Weekly S1 down here, and weekly R1 there. Okay, 5 minute time frame. Let's quickly look at our lower time frame ranges. Where are we trading? Very nice. Asia lows have been taken. Not the biggest take on the Asia lows, but I'll take it. It is taken. 80 starting now to trade bullish, and I'm gonna say we're gonna monitor either a retest. I would love for something like this to happen and then trade back inside the range. That for me will be a beautiful long setup. Or the other one is we'll need to monitor what we do here. This is going to be a riskier trade, but if we can get something like this, take Asia lows again, then trade back inside of the Asia range, and this stays above the 200, a grade setup. So that is what we're looking at. German 30, we've got 3 minutes left. Let's quickly do a rapid fire analysis. And German 30, quite easy for me. This is bearish on the weekly time frame. That was the last, apologies, that was the flat body support there. Only thing is that I would say is just looking left, that flat body area there, we'll need to clear that. And then on a daily time frame, if you look left with me, quite a lot of resistance there on the daily. So bearish on the week. Let's quickly look at the daily time frame. Yeah, I would say monitor 14,755. We could still get a pullback all the way back here on the daily time frame and still be bearish on the week. Daily is bearish. 4 hour time frame, let's quickly mark out our weekly pivot levels. Weekly S1 down here, weekly pivot level down here, and weekly R1 there. All right, 5 minute time frame. What is it? 2 minutes left and the markets will be open. Asia lows there, Asia high. All right, so relatively, sorry, that's not the Asia high. Asia high is down here, and that's our Asia low. So relatively straightforward accumulation distribution, bearish. If this is the fake out, I would say you want to see price break structure to the downside. Yeah, at the daily pivot for short continuation, still an open gap here, and yeah, short bias, 1 minute to go, and that is the analysis, guys. Profitable trader. Good morning, Neil, Milani, RSA, Trashy, Alexander, Sepo, good morning. San Bonani Buffet to
Chris, when you're ready, I can do my quick analysis on gold for everyone.
Alright guys, I want to shoot over to Keeks. Keeks, just move your price tab a little bit left.
What's that?
10 mils and then we're good. Right, perfect. Alright guys, Keeks is live. You on the deck.
Cool guys, so straight off the bat I am bullish for gold. That is more for the weekly and the daily as well. What I wanted to see was we had this 4-hour support level over here that we could have definitely pulled back into. So that is my first thing I'm looking at. As you guys can see, we could have even made a little bit lower of those resistance areas here, which you can see also it was worked perfectly. But when we just dropped down to the 4-hour, that was more the support area for me. So we've already gone back and tested that area. As Chris did mention, it would see a little bit of a pullback, which already for me, it has provided that. So yes, it was a quick bit of a burst, but we have come back down and tested a little bit there now. So moving forward, when we start looking over here, you can see how everything's going to play out very, very nicely, very smoothly. We have our continuation, break below, stop at the buys, and now start trading back above. So when we go to the 15, you guys will see here we have this little bit of support we have started to form here. So originally we were using the support, we broke below, was retested, a little bit of resistance, and we're back above. So for me, for the day, I would love to see us either just retest this now, start holding this as either support or literally Asia highs as they are right below, and basically find some support, trade back above, and we can go all the way back up to the daily pivot or even go back up to the highs. But I think an easy target for the day would already be 1980, and then with all the news and stuff coming in from tomorrow, we can definitely be testing these areas. Gold is quite a crucial area. As you'll see here, these aren't even weekly key levels, these are starting to become monthly key levels. So once we can even get back above here and we can start holding this as support, we definitely can see gold going long and going back all the way to those 2000s. So I definitely, for me, I see this as a week we can hit 2000 again on gold.
Keegan, thanks so much, man. Eurocat, we'll look at it now. What software? This is TradingView. Dover, we use TradingView for our analysis. Markets are open and in motion, guys. New week, get ready. I hope you guys are ready. But we are here. We're going to look at Eurocat now quickly for the profitable trader. Keeks, how was the weekend, man?
Nah, it was good and relaxing. I nearly had a heart attack with all the sports. But other than that, I was actually a bit bedridden. Hurt my back a bit in the gym. But yeah, I think it was a nice, relaxing weekend after the week we had last week, just to kind of regather a bit. And yourself?
No, I also took it easy. I didn't do any work or anything like. Last week was mentally fatiguing, especially like I told you guys, it's easy to trade when there's volume and prices moving, but last week to sit on your hands, like the Friday, I didn't take one trade on Friday. I still watched your stream on my way home on the phone and got home, had to take my dog to the vet, so waited for that at 4, came back again, and I was like, I'm calling it. I'm just mentally fatigued. But Eurocat, quickly for profitable trader, I'll be bullish. This is the weekly time frame. Bullish on the week. We broke back inside of this range. Bullish all the way up to this previous support area, 1458, 14600. daily time frame, Friday closing bullish as well, closing back inside of this daily range. And a lot of guys would say this is losing strength, but this for me is still showing bullish. Up until we get a bearish daily candle closure, I cannot sell into that. So that is my daily analysis. And then also you can see that we have now broken above the Asia highs, and yeah, very tricky here because we haven't retested the daily pivot level. We've taken Asia lows, accumulation this 80 is very bullish. So I would say if you are willing to wait, either you can wait for the retest on Asia highs, or the best scenario is going to be to wait for this daily pivot retest to get long. But I wouldn't short into this if I'm very honest. So hopefully that helps you on EuroCAD. Louis Fly, I haven't seen you yet, my brother. Good morning. Hope you enjoy the streams, and markets are open. Keenan, Akko, Moreno, 2,000 subs. Did we hit 2,000 subs? I think we did. Really appreciate all the support, guys. It is really amazing to see, and our hearts are filled with gratitude with all of you guys showing up, sharing the love, sharing in this journey. As I've mentioned before, we are in this together, all of us. Trend, Chris, check your Asia high on German 30. Is it correct? Yes, it is. Don't mind this blue mark. If for some reason the time zones are incorrect, but this was the open and this was the low before 6. So remember, I use it from 1 o'clock to 6. So this is the Asia range. Hein van Deventer, good morning. Good morning, Hein. Lars, Sean, Reginald, haven't seen you here before. Monas, I've seen you here, my brother. Markets are open. We're gonna wait for the first 15 minutes, and we'll see what we get. JSE already down 0.7% on the day. As mentioned, those bearish order flow from Asia definitely gonna hamper risk sentiment going in to today's session. So pound yen already back inside the Asia range. GBP USD back at the weekly pivot level. So interesting. Samonane, goeiemorgen, good morning all. Lindeka, good morning. Markunel, the gents are back in the markets. Let's go. Do you guys ever do weekly trades as well? I'm still back testing that. That's something myself and Neil, these 4-hour pivots, I actually need to give credit to Neil for that, because when I started helping Neil out, and I don't classify Neil as, I don't classify anybody as a student. We're just fellow traders, so you'll never hear me talk about my students or anything. So I'll rather talk about colleagues. So Neil, when I started showing the pivots, he started monitoring the 4-hour pivots, and that's where we came up with the weekly pivots. So I think it was a month and a half ago, we were implementing like swing trades from the weekly pivot to the weekly R1, and I successfully, I think, caught 2 swings, one for 130 and one for 150 if I'm not mistaken. But yeah, you can potentially trade from the weekly pivot. Beach Nation is growing by the day. Amen. Definitely. Chris, are you not using DAX 40? I'm using DAX 30. I can see only DAX 40 on my broker. Is it the same? I think it could be the same. Let me quickly check on my broker. What is it called? Yeah, on my broker it's called DAX 40, so exactly the same thing. German 30, German 40. $2K subs, yeah. How's it going, my brother? What an ugly game on Saturday. Yeah, it was Saturday. Yes, dude.
Yeah, we don't really want to talk about that game. It's a win's a win, but
That was ugly. I need urbanols. I've got some mine. You can just pop by the office. I think they are here somewhere. Win is a win, yeah. Ugly win though. Not gonna lie to you. One of the ugliest wins I've seen in years. I didn't even watch Formula 1. I told Keegan I think I have been cleansed by Max Verstappen. He's honestly extinguished my appetite for Formula 1. So this is the second weekend in a row where I didn't watch the qualifying. I didn't even read anything online about the times. I didn't watch the race. So I've honestly been cleansed, so I've got something else now to do on Sundays. Minty English were 100% better than us. I honestly told Keeks how we won that. I don't know. I was nervy going into the game. Myself and Keegan talked about it. I think it was on Friday, and I told Keegan the English has got a very good rush defense. Their rush defense is most probably one of the best in the world, and we didn't have an answer for it. They never allowed us to get any type of rhythm. They shut us down at the breakdown. We couldn't really steal. I don't think, Keeks, did we have any steals? I don't think we got one steal off the ground.
No, I don't think we did.
Yeah, they had a very good plan to seal off. But yeah, I don't know. Alright, 3 more minutes, then we're going to see what we are sitting with. USD JPY back at Asia highs, as mentioned at 150. I'm not going to try and play with it yet. Asia highs with that 150 lurking there above. We were outplayed in both our last games, to be honest. Marco, now I tend to disagree. The France game, we were in it. That we weren't outplayed there. There I tend to disagree with you. Remember, it is knockout rugby, so it is not gonna be easy. But the France game, I felt we were in it. We had an answer for their defense. We had an answer for their offense. But the England game, we were completely out of it. But the France game, I have to tend to disagree. That could have gone either way. That was a proper knockout test match. Keeks, France game, we were in it.
Yeah, no, that one I do agree with. Yeah, France was an entertaining game. It was basically the typical you throw a punch, I throw a punch, and just see who could be the last guy standing. So that was a proper knockout rugby. I mean, you can't say we didn't perform with the scrum penalties we had, with Colby's chase, with Etzebeth's performance, Jesse Creel's performance. Like, you can't say we weren't in that game.
Guys, so just to give you a breakdown on my challenge, I'm sitting at 6%. I closed the week down last week. Let me just show you guys last week quickly. Started off a bit rough, looked better at one stage, and then closed down 0.1% on the week. Wasn't the easiest week for me. Would I have done anything different? I wouldn't have done anything different, but closed off the week minus 0.13%. And this week just gonna do exactly the same thing. I think this is where guys tend to get rattled. If you had a bad week the previous week, now you want to all of a sudden shift and change everything. You don't change anything. We've had 2 very, very good months. Actually 3 months. Like, I was able to get funded on the one account. I'm still 6% up on this, going into my 3rd week. And yeah, you don't have to change anything. If you know your strategy is profitable over the long term, you are going to get rangy weeks, you are going to get tough weeks, so don't get rattled. That is where you just need to stay calm, stick to the plan. But I know some of you are so eager to trade, you didn't manage to sit on your hands last week. How many trades did I take last week? I still took a lot of trades though. 2, 4, 6, 7. So I took 7 trades. Some of them were during, so for the London session I took 1, 2, 3, 4. So 4 trades during London session, 3 trades during NYSE. So that's still quite a number of trades. Busy week for me on the charts. Any analysis on Nas? Only joined now. Franco, you can either go back to the start of the stream where I did an analysis, but I'm bearish on the day, bearish on the week. I mentioned that I would love to short from this daily pivot level, but this was last week's low, and I don't necessarily want to short from the Asia lows. So while Asia highs are still intact and while Asia lows are still intact, you can still get something like this, and then to go take the Asia highs and then only come lower. It's Monday, so don't expect too much. Mondays are usually a little bit tricky. It's not like we don't trade Mondays. We've had some brilliant Mondays on stream, but also do not try and force a trade. Just great to watch England SA boxer versus brawler. Great game. No, it was an ugly game. I didn't like one bit of it. That stop, start, stop, start. Hope everyone has a profitable week. That is the plan.
I must say, but as ugly as it was, it still brings me the biggest joy to see that smirk be wiped off Owen Farrell's face.
Yes, dude.
That man was so arrogant the whole game. I mean, even when he took that drop kick, did you see how his teammates were celebrating? He just got this, yeah, I'm the man. I did that. And then he still loses at the end.
I'm so glad, dude. I can't stand that guy. We happily take the victory. I'd say poor Farrell's. Premature celebration ever allowed against champions. I'm very honest. At the 60th minute, I still told my family that watched the rugby there by me. I said, listen, start preparing yourself mentally unless something dramatic happens. And then obviously that try from Argia that just put the pressure back on England. Farrell is a puss, sorry for my language. Self is wealth, haven't seen you yet, man. Yeah, I think we tend to agree on that one.
You know, I think I really can't think of anyone that truly is like a Farrell fan. Because, yeah, I can't, Probably only those hardcore English fanboys.
Shawnee, good morning, man. Laz, good morning, my brother. Good to see you. The bench really made an impact. Glad Dion made the move that led to Argia's try. Yeah, but just do that one run in. Poor Dion looked like he ran into a moving bus. Yeah. It just shows you the heart. I love him. I recently joined the stream and I heard rugby, so I just had to say that is that P word. Alright. Now we all know the P word. I know you're bearish on Nas, but do you think there's any way Nas is going to have a push up with these news events coming up? Don't know if the bunch of wars are going to have a bit more of a negative effect. Either way, I'm bearish on the week. Like I mentioned, we haven't taken Asia highs, we haven't taken Asia lows. US30 almost trading at last week's low. That is why I'm saying I ideally love for a pullback first on the weekly candle. But if you look at this weekly candle, we've created a tiny bit of a top wick now, already pushing down. So also Asia high still intact, now trading below Asia lows. So even though I'm bearish, I'll rather wait for good levels to short from. So I wouldn't rush into it. It is a Monday. Let the market settle a bit. Let it give you some more clarity as to what it wants to do. Again, we are literally 22 minutes into the session. Please don't get any FOMO or anything now. It's very, very early into the week. Your first trade of the week is what's going to set you up for the rest of the week. And you obviously want to start off mentally on a good foot. I think Hein was here on Friday. We spoke about the funding challenges. I think it was Hein or Justin. Justin was up, I think, about 1.5% on his challenge. And I said, lock it in. You already starting off on a good foot. You don't have to swing for the fences on your first trade. That first trade already mentally puts you in a spot to say, flip, I've got my first winner. I've got one bullet in the bag. And if you start off on a good foot, just mentally, that just helps you through it. Chris, on GU, will you first wait for Asia highs or lows to be taken? As I see, we have rejected the half run now and can possibly break structure of to the upside. I'm watching this, Neil, and my only issue is we haven't taken Asia lows, and what I want to see is I'm going to wait for Asia highs, and I'll potentially wait for a retest first. So yeah, I'm not going to try and jump into this too early. How are you guys new to trading? Watching your stream at 12:30 a.m. from Vancouver. Sunny Singh, good morning, man. Good to have you all the way from Vancouver. Chris, how do you know which chart to trust? For example, I have no weekly top wick on Nas broker. Differs a lot sometimes, and I do not know which to use for analysis purposes. I use TradingView, but usually the broker terminal is more legit, because that's obviously live price feeds going through. So in that case, I would say use your broker. Just looking for some validation. What do you think about EU stocks 50? I'm bearish on indices, man, so whatever you're looking for, sell the pullbacks. Got my first W on gold buys this morning. Well done, Minty. True, we all need to start on a positive foot this week, because last week was honestly a roller coaster from the get-go. Yeah, last week was tough. This first trade is going to be so big for me mentally. Survived a very fatal accident on Friday and came out unscathed. I feel as we should have passed on after seeing the wreck. Damn, bro. Yeah, good luck, Akko. Didn't even know you were in an accident, brother. Do you guys use MT4, MT5? I use MT5. Much better technology. Much quicker execution. So I suggest, if you can, start using MT5 instead of MT4. MT4 is as old as the hills. You don't want to be trading on that. So go over to MT5. There's a reason why they've upgraded to MT5. If iOS 19 comes out, there's no reason to stay on iOS 14. Should we wait for the wick to close before we open a trade on? You don't have to wait for the wick, but you need to wait for some confirmations. Like I mentioned, I'm not buying the highs here. I'm going to wait for some type of retest and then a structure break. So as soon as we create some type of structure, I'll look for longs. Other than that, no bueno for me. Euro USD. Yeah, Euro USD as well, guys. I'm not gonna trade it from here. I'm waiting for Asia highs, just letting you know. Just gonna set some alerts for us. 105.93. How much is a TradingView basic plan per month, or is the free one good enough? Free one's good enough. I think the paid plan, let me quickly look. I think it's $14 if I'm not mistaken.
Oh, markets are moving a bit slow this morning.
Oh, it's $17. Yeah, $17. $17. So if you've got a daughter and she's got some dolls, they take the hairs off the dolls as well. So doll hairs or dollars. I sometimes pay in doll hairs. I'll stick with the free one for now. If you're using alerts regularly, you might want an upgraded plan. The way I see it is your business has expenses. You're gonna have expenses when you're doing business, and TradingView is just one of those expenses. I've never heard of a business that has got 0 expenses. So when you're starting out, you obviously want to keep your expenses low, so go with the free version. But once trading starts paying you, you want to make it as comfortable and as easy as possible for you. So that is when you start investing into your trade setup. That's when you start investing into your trading platform. And yeah, I would say TradingView is most probably the most critical one. Waiting for news tomorrow. Might be a slow day. 100%, as mentioned, could be a rangy day, but we're still here, still on high alert. But we are here Monday to Friday, 8:30 till after 11, and depending on how slow the market is, I would say about 15 minutes after the stream, I'm going to share a Zoom link with you guys in the Discord. I want to try and introduce the Monday sessions, the Q&A session, so that will be recorded, so then all of you guys can ask questions, you can unmute your mic, and I think it will be beneficial for a lot of you. So there's no such thing as a dumb question. So most probably if it is slow today and we knock off at 11, we will have the live session at 11:30 on Zoom. I will share that in our Discord. Link is in the description, and that will be under the announcements section. I will share the Zoom link right there. I am on a paid version of Zoom. I don't know what the max number of participants is. I should maybe just check. Let me just check. So I think it's 250 if I'm not mistaken. Billing. But let's see. Yeah, so there is a maximum, guys. So first come, first serve. Euro USD, we could potentially get those buy setups. I'm not going to buy from here, as mentioned. We don't have a lot of range here. We've got like a 3 pip range, so not going to try and buy it here. I'm waiting for Asia highs. Then I'm going to start looking for buys. I just want to see how many guests we can have on Zoom. So So we'll have that live Q&A session, 150 up to 30-hour meetings, 100 attendees per meeting. For $50 more you can get 300, but yeah, it's going to be a first come first serve, and we are going to answer your questions. I promised to do it last week. We didn't get around to doing it last week. Last week was just a little bit hectic. We had Akko here in the office. We were falling around a little bit, so looked at Nas now. What the fuck might have caused that drop now? Surely
it's got a gap fill.
Yeah, I think there's a gap down here.
Yeah, there is a gap. That big bullish opening, literally at the open of the day, that's actually just the trading view filling it. If you go home to your MetaTrader, there's a gap there. So it's going for the gap fill, and then obviously we'll see what happens after that.
Well done, Francois. Cam Forex, away gents. Good morning, Cam. There was a gap. Not done filling yet, still got a small drop to close. Beautiful, somebody took the sells. I mentioned bearish order flow this morning, just looking at Asia, and I hope nobody tried to buy it. Learning so much here every day. That is the plan and the goal. I'm learning so much every day as well. Having the streams obviously creates a lot of accountability. I'm honest, if the streams weren't here, I would have potentially taken today off. If we didn't have streams, I would have 100% taken the day off. But Monday to Friday, we don't miss a beat. Even if we don't feel like it, we do it. I think Keegan was toast on Friday. He still pitched up. Graveyard session on Friday, so big ups for taking the graveyard session. Keeks, how did you feel with that graveyard shift on Friday? Sorry, I think you muted, but
I must say I was tired, but the big thing was the fact that for those guys that joined Friday, we literally had to wait for like something to play out. So again, like you're already tired, and the market wasn't really giving us anything. So you had to push through a bit for that one.
I still remember that NFP Friday. I was here till I think 6 o'clock, if I'm not mistaken, and I was like, yo. We waited for our setup and we got it. Mate, you gotta take your days off. Don't want you hurting yourself. Unfortunately, that's not in me to take days off. And like I mentioned, if I wanna set an example for you guys, I need to push through. And it's very easy to take days off, and it's very easy to say, nobody's paying me to stream this or that. But one of the things we said in the office when we started the live streams, we said, look, if we start it, we're gonna stick to the time, we're not gonna be late. There literally needs to be an earthquake for the streams not to happen. You guys have even seen when we had load shedding, we still streamed. We rescheduled the streams and we still came on. So no off days. Work hard, play hard, 100%. Don't take days off. Make sure to get on the golf course to reward yourself. I need to get onto the golf course. I don't know if JP is watching. Japes, we need to get onto the golf course, my friend. Maybe this week after the London stream. Maybe go and play some golf. Can't remember the last time I missed a trading day when I wasn't working my other job. Obsessed. That's unfortunately the thing, guys. There's somebody else out there. There's another streamer out there that potentially wants it more than me. So there's another trader out there that's putting in the work, showing up daily, and I've mentioned it before. You cannot expect 140% result with a 60% effort. So if I've given my all and something's not working, then obviously there's something fundamentally wrong. But like I've said, it good old hard work always pays off in the end. I've seen it over and over again. But you cannot half-ass anything and expect to be successful in it. What percentage do I need to pass each phase of Vault Funder account? 10% first phase, 5% for your second. Francho, well done. I don't know how much you risked if you made 6%, but well done. You can smile. You're already on the scoreboard. You are technically done for the day. If you still stick around and try and get into trades for the rest of the day, you are just one greedy motherfucker. So I'm just saying that.
Yes, I'd love to know what that man risked to make. Oh, risk 10%. Yo, risk 10%. Yeah, there.
We've got some brawlers here in the house. Francia. 10%, my brother. What leverage do they offer? 1 to 100, but you can pay a little bit extra and get 1 to 200. It's one of the add-ons. Where can I read the TNC for Vault Funder? At the bottom of the page. So if you go on the Vault Funder page, Alien, all of the legal docs are here. So you can go through all of them right there. So you can download it. Man putting his houses up for collateral. Guys, Monday, we are here. Energy is going to start building up as we go into the week. We are potentially going to get a trade here today. Just patiently waiting. There's the indices dying as mentioned. Expecting that bearish order flow. German 30 also shitting the bed there. I hope none of you guys were looking to sell. I told you the easy way is to look at what the Nikkei did and what the Hang Seng did, and that's going to give you a precursor as to what could happen today as well. 178 viewers, 85 likes. As mentioned, can I kindly ask you guys just to leave a like if you have not yet subscribed and you find value in the channel. Feel free to subscribe as well. Hit that bell icon. We're doing a Zoom for you guys after the stream. Link will be shared in the Discord, so be sure to join the Discord as well. 2G's trading in the announcement section. I will tag everyone we're gonna do a quick we'll see how long it goes, maybe 45 minutes, hour, I don't know. You will get the chance to chat to us live. Any questions, so get your questions ready. I will record that. And I come in and liked instantly. Lars, I appreciate that. Like I mentioned, that is the only way to support the channel. The channel has been growing exponentially, and I have to thank all of you guys. We just try and provide as much value as we can, but ultimately you guys coming back, you guys subscribing, liking the content, that is what's helping to build the community. And honestly, without you guys, this wouldn't have been possible. Like I mentioned, the first streaming to myself and thinking, damn, is this going to fail? How long am I going to stream for myself? Luckily Keegan joined, and then I streamed for myself and Keegan, and we started building on that. But the growth has been amazing. So, and honestly want to say, you guys should pat yourselves on the back. We've had some very good feedback, some very good growth from the trading community, and a lot of you have been showing up daily, Monday to Friday. And I usually say it, the die-hard OGs are the ones that show up on a Wednesday and the ones that show up on a Friday. So well done to you guys. Well done, Chris. At least Keegan likes your voice, I hope. I think so. I just think on Mondays we tend to need to get into it. It's almost like when you were in hostel, usually here by Thursday your roommates, you wanted to start blitzing one another. Then because you've been eating with the guy next to you, you've been sleeping next to him, you've been showering together, you sit in a classroom together. So usually, yeah, by Thursday, Friday's tempers started flaring a bit. So we had a few guys, me myself included, yeah, by Thursday after breakfast you get into the room and you sort one another out. Why does Keegan always look so suspicious as he is hiding something? That man is always taking little stabs at the market. That's why as soon as we get the stream deck, he'll be sitting next to me, and then all of those little stabs are out of the window.
No, don't worry guys. I'm just low-key, I'm eating some chocolates here.
Geeks, you were never in the hostel, eh?
I don't know.
Yes, dude. Thursday, Friday, the Oaks wanted to blitz one another. I'll never forget it. We had the one guy we were in a 3-room, and it was me and Vanner. His nickname was Bullet. He was the hooker, and then Jandre, he was the flank. We both played in the same, or all three of us played in the same rugby team. And Jandre that Friday morning, but we were very neat and stuff, like our room was clean and our stuff, but he was like a little bit of a fail hut, and we still asked him, like, bro, just make up your bed and like just clean up your area. And that morning, I don't know what he did, but he was sitting at the table, and I still remember we had oats, and it was like this stainless steel spoon, and we had some words, and while we were praying, my head was down and he knocked me on the head with that spoon. And I said, listen, yeah, after breakfast in the room, we're gonna sort this out. And he's like, yeah, we're gonna sort it out. I didn't even eat. I'm like, wait for everyone to eat. I walked back, I said to him, listen, I'm waiting for you in the room. Dude, as soon as he walked into that room, I bliksem the cuck out of him. I go and brush my teeth. I come back. He got into a fight with Bullet as well. He got knocked twice. I'm like, dude, just take it easy. You've already been bliksem twice. I actually feel bad now for you. Aussie CAD, I'll check now for you guys. I'm potentially yeah, I'm gonna wait for a retest here. Let me just see. I don't want to miss this. Yeah, guys, the aggressive position would be taking a long as this candle closes. My only concern is after closing back above the daily pivot, we have yet to test the daily pivot. If it was any other day, I would have executed on this close, but we have yet to test and hold Asia highs. So you can see here, first rejection, then we had another rejection. So I'm gonna wait for a retest to hold on the Asia highs, and then I will look to long. So trade is not gone, it's not run away from us. I'm just patiently waiting for that setup to occur. Exactly the same with Euro USD. I would love now for it to pull back to the daily pivot, create some type of resistance here, and as soon as we break above that, I will be executing long. So I think we might get our trade this morning. So just sit tight, don't go anywhere. We do have some opportunity as well. And then pound yen now trading back above the 200. Once we get a closure above here after testing Asia highs, I will sneak in a little long here as well. Only thing we'll need to monitor is this half round number right here, the 182.50 level. Aussie CAD, let's quickly check Aussie CAD for who asked that. I think who asked about Aussie CAD? Emil Monroe. Emil, let's quickly look at Aussie CAD for you. I'm going to do a quick top-down analysis. Weekly time frame. Weekly closed bullish. I cannot be bullish as of yet because we are still printing bearish market structure. 106.72, just be aware of that level. So I'll technically still be bearish on the week. Daily time frame, I will still be bearish as well. We've got a confirmed daily resistance, 2 bearish daily candle closures, and we closed back inside of this range right here. So these are the 2 ranges you are working with. 5-minute time frame. 5-minute is weirdly enough pushing bullish on the accumulation distribution, and Asia lows are still intact, but Asia highs have been taken. So not the cleanest buy. You would have wanted the Asia lows to be taken first and then trading back above the daily pivot. So yeah, not the cleanest setup. However, no, it is not clean. You can take a punt on it once it breaks structure back above here. Just monitor your Asia highs, but not a clean setup for me, to be honest. I hope that helps. Right, beautiful. If pound yen can create some type of resistance there, and pound USD as mentioned back inside, so if this bearish candle closure can hold Asia highs and we then break this minor structure to the upside, I am more than happy to execute longs. So we'll see what it does there, and then exactly the same with Euro USD. Nice pullback back to the daily pivot, break of structure, and we are A4 away. Yet support our brothers in Christ. Let's go, guys. Let's get South Africa on the map and shine his light bright. Amen. Runner's edge. I like that. Would you guys consider making some more YouTube videos about your setup, your trading style, future outlook, what you will do next? Lars, we will. I don't think guys realize how much work goes into doing content. We would love to just shoot out content, but the big thing is doing content that is well thought out, content that will help you guys. So weirdly enough, the content we will be shooting this week is, and this is going to be the catchphrase, I watched all of ICT's videos so you didn't have to. So I'm going to give you all of the key concepts from ICT that I use and how I use it in my strategy, and then we will build out on that. So
guys, there's lots and lots of content coming. For those that didn't know, it was always Chris's dream to become a YouTuber, so keep a lookout.
but let us, what trading software is this? This is TradingView, Dover. Go onto Google, type in TradingView. With that being said, guys, what content do you want to see? You guys said psychology. We did a very nice video on psychology. The next one I think is valuable is the ICT one, where I give all of the key concepts from ICT that I think is valuable. You don't have to go through all of it. South Africa is going to be on the map thanks to Chris and Keegs. Amen. We received that, Peter. Good morning, G's. Dropping my like. I will be tuned in at NY and then again tomorrow morning. Thanks, Jason. 120 likes. Really appreciate it, guys. I love those psychology vids. Thanks, Chris. Appreciate it, Lendeka. Yeah, so that's the next one, and then I will do a full one on my strategy, and maybe Keegan can do one on his as well. Where are your ancestors from? I don't know, Lars. If you find them, tell them I say hello. We are still waiting for Keegs' OnlyFans page. Yeah, we started shooting content for that last week. So be sure to check that out.
You got to subscribe to the VVIP for that content.
We're still trying to convince Caitlin to open OnlyFans for feet. But she said, no way. We need to work for our money. I asked my wife as well, and she said she's not ready to retire us yet. So I'm putting my money on Keegs. I'm his manager for his OnlyFans, and Hopefully that can blow up to something big. Is it Feed Finder? Yeah.
We're gonna bring on do some collabs with Jay Rizzle with the sizzle.
Morning, James. I would like a video on your drop-down analysis strategy that you use for marking up setups. I'll do that. I do that every morning as well. Maybe join the Zoom and we can go through it. General stop loss management for session trading. With Forex, I see you use 15 pips. What would it be for ES Mini? ES Mini would be 30. Geeks need to see feed first before I buy a premium course. What's happening with Sahil and Joash? I see things were popping off this weekend. I think Sahil is just calling out facts. That's literally it. I don't think there's... I think guys are just tired. And I'm not mentioning anyone in particular, but I think the trading community has just become tired of people profiting off their hard-earned money. Selling fake results, selling fake dreams. And if you are trading a demo, just say I'm trading demo. Like don't act like it's a real account or whatever.
You know what amazes me is, so with all of this happening the weekend, the amount of people that message me thinking that he's legit. And I'm like, are you oaks? Like, you joking? Like, you can't tell me you look at that and think he's legit. I mean, like Sahil actually even mentioned it on Friday as well, where he says the minute you actually get into trading and you just understand the basics of trading and understand what you're doing, you can put 1 and 2 together and figure it out for yourself. Like, this shit doesn't add up. But yet there's still so many people that fall for that stuff.
I'm not taking a trade here, guys, on the broker terminal. That is literally closing at it, so not taking a buy there. Same with pound yen. Is that a break? That is pretty suspect if you call that a break. Morning, Chris and Keegan. An awesome day to you. I did a personality and psychometric test to help me understand what my personality type and trading style should be. Yeah, that's actually something that you should do. I also did it a while back. Alright guys, up to that daily flip zone. What's going to happen here? Are we going to reverse or are we going to continue bullish? Euro USD breaking back above the Asia highs. Euro USD, let me see. Yeah, on the broker feed. Yeah, only thing is we haven't tested the pivot, guys. See how we broke above it, but no retest on that pivot, so more than happy to wait for a retest and then a break above here. And even if this thing runs, I'm fine to miss it. 100% fine to miss that. Oh yeah, and we literally, yeah, at the round number. Yeah. Not gonna force the issue at all on a Monday. There's no need to. The setup, if the setup is there, you take it. If it's not there, you stay away.
Yeah, that's always my thing. If there's anything I've learned, like if there's 2 trading days especially, I'm not going to try force something. It's a Monday and a Friday.
Why did I say my daily bias bullish? What? Right guys, this is that daily flip zone. Remember I said this is going to be the key for the day. Either going to reject hard here, or you're going to see a lot of volume come into the market on this daily flip. Why do you keep moving your zones? What zones? I don't move any zones. Asia high is fixed. Daily pivot is fixed. The only thing that I mark out is the most recent resistance or support created. So if you talk about zones, I'm just looking at the most recent resistance being formed. Yeah, the resistance zone, because there's a new resistance being formed here. That was initially the resistance, and now that 5 minute created a resistance. So that is our most recent resistance. Alright guys, 4 minutes. I might execute a buy here on GU depending on what we do at this resistance level right here. We've retested Asia highs, closures above here. I will look to execute long on this. I'm just going to run to the bathroom quickly, and yeah, let's see where she goes. 3 more minutes. I'll see you guys in 2 minutes. GU. Does GU want to run away from us? RR, no, we're gonna execute now. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Just gonna wait for a tiny little bottom wick. Alright guys, got into buys right there. 15 pip stop. And where are we targeting? Obviously first target the daily R1 12191. That is the idea for this trade. Monday, not gonna try and force it, so I'll be happy with that. That's gonna be a 1.9% trade, risking 1.5%, so 15 pip stop. Just there's it. Trade executed on Vault Funder. Check the link in the description. 5.2 lots there, stop loss there. And how are we gonna manage this trade? I'll be monitoring this Asia high level. Any breaks back inside of the Asia range and I will be out of the trade. And in terms of break even level, I would say the 12180. As soon as we hit that level, I'm going to go break even. That's the next institutional level to monitor. And yeah, I don't want any breaks back below. If I get anything like this, I'll just kill it. So 12180, we need to get through that level, and once we get through there, taking a buy on gold on that line, not risking much. Stop loss is quite close. We want to see if it's going to push up, looking at the bullish side of things. That's ballsy. That's not something I would do, but good luck with that, my brother. I honestly hope that it works out. And yeah, one more pip away from that 80. Let's see what we do at the 80. What's your TP? 12191. Guys, looking at DXY, okay, I'm going to show you guys now. I'm going to go break even on this trade, stops to entry, and making this a risk-free trade. So stops are at break even. I'm going to show you guys why I moved stops to break even. So we've broken below Asia lows. We are trading at session lows. So either we're going to get continuation volume, or at some stage we are going to pull back to retest the Asia lows. And the reason being is we can look for potential re-entries on GBP USD, because also we haven't tested the weekly pivot level right there. We have tested Asia highs, but we can pull back all the way doing something like that. So I'm not changing my bias or anything. I'm just looking at where we are trading. We are technically trading at the weekly high, and yeah, this thing could still turn around, come and knock us out at our stops. So I'm just using some caution, but technically if we are going to push, we shouldn't see an issue with this 80 level. Tiny little bottom wick, nice push through here, and we could easily get that 20 pip move to the upside. And that is the positive start you want on the week. Either way, we are risk free. We waited for it. Ballsy, I like that word. But let's see. You could have taken a GJ one as well and just monitored this 50, but yeah, GJ the last week and the week before that wasn't too clean. That's why I opted rather for the pound USD trade. All right, nice little bottom wick somewhere to here, and then the flip. And can we hit a TP on stream today? 190 viewers. I think as soon as we get those likes up to about 150, you'll see us break through 180. And once we get to like 175 likes, we're literally gonna blast through here. You guys will see as well. And also what's happening now with the algorithm is, if you look at the views, we creating like a lot of liquidity here. So nice constant uptrend, and 200, a lot of liquidity sitting there. I don't know if I'm ready to trigger Keegan to say the words. I don't know if you guys ready for Keegan to trigger the algorithm. Just a little trick that Mr. Beast taught us. Let me know if you guys want us to quickly trip up the algorithm to get the views to 200. But yeah, if you are live streaming and you've got your own channel, we're gonna give you a little inside trick that Mr. Beast gave us to blow up your channel. Keeks, do you think the guys are ready?
I think it is that time of the day.
Right, guys, so you can use this at your own discretion. Don't use it too much. Don't use it at the start of a stream, and don't use it at the end of a stream. You can use it midway through your stream. But Keeks, you know the words. The words are algorithm, audience. And if you say it 3 times and you don't say it too fast, don't say it too slow, Keegan's got a touch for it. So you can monitor it, and you'll actually see after Keegan said it, give it a couple of minutes and watch how the algorithm pushes the audience up above 200 Keeks. I think let's quickly trip up the algo quickly.
Okay, let's do this, guys. Okay. Algorithm, audience. Algorithm, audience. Algorithm, audience. And now you're gonna see it jump up, guys, times in by 3, just like the magic little words there.
We didn't believe it up until we tried it. I honestly can't believe he gave it to us.
Yeah, it's already starting to move again. The volume is coming into the chat.
Yeah, you can't. If you have to tell this to somebody, they'll think you're kidding. But we've shown you guys time and time again how we trigger the algorithm, and you'll see now 200. We're gonna break through 200. Very likely we can even get to 250 as the algo pushes us onto the page. And like the one gentleman said there, Conan, I found the stream because of the algorithm. So 207. Just looking at these equal highs here, it is a Monday, not a lot of volume in the market, but I'm thinking 250 on deck easy, especially with the form and the technique Keegan used for saying those three words. Keegan just in a rich vein of form currently, and you cannot deny that form. So you almost probably see 250 easy. And 150 likes will most probably now this next 5 minutes, tiny little bottom wick, and you're gonna see a very explosive move to the upside. Some of you are going to ask, what brought that volume, Chris? And it's actually the likes. It was actually the likes that brought in that volume. You guys aren't ready for it, but check the next 5 minute candle. Very little tiny bottom wick and a very explosive move to the upside. YouTube hack, just be. I saw it on Friday. The guys asked for it. Keegan's stream was sitting at I think 107, and as soon as he hacked the algorithm, Keegs, I think you peaked at like 170 or 158.
Yeah, I think it was like 150, 170.
Yeah. Mo should actually come online as to how we got that interview with Mr. Beast. I think Mo knows Mr. Beast's girlfriend. Mo, where's Mo? Is Mo on the stream?
He's coming on now.
Yeah, I'm just gonna wait for Mo and ask him how he got that interview. Maybe, yeah, yes, Mo. How did you get that interview with Mr. Beast? Where he gave you that little trick on the algorithm, how to hack it?
Oh, can they hear me?
I think they can. Guys, yes, Mo. He's gonna just give a little bit of a background as to how he got that.
We can hear him.
Okay, so I don't know if you guys can hear me, but basically you can email Mr. Beast. It is that simple, right? He might not respond, and I think I got lucky.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we spoke, man. Like, the guy's pretty nice. Yeah, asked Mr. Beast a couple of questions, some tips, and he was nice enough to share. You know, it's that simple.
And what was one of the main tips that he gave to like grow a YouTube account and a live stream?
Are we talking about channeling the Keegan chant?
Yeah, no, not just that. Like, give them a little bit of a background as to that as well. But
oh, well, you know what? Just put out the content. You just gotta put it out there. Improve your videos on a daily basis. Just make sure that people are seeing what you're doing, and yeah, man, just give it time also.
And how did like, I thought Mo was joking, but what did he tell you about the algorithm that uses audio as well? How did he clip it?
Oh, well, dude, like, first of all, you gotta respect the algorithm. You gotta talk to the algorithm. It works, guys. It works. Just saying these things, the algorithm picks it up. If you remember, Chris keeps on talking about how I pestered him about the audio as well and copyright strikes because the algorithm listens. It is that simple. Cool.
Yeah, guys, that's it. The algorithm listens to you, and if you trigger the algorithm with those three keywords, C-Tech Trana, you missed the entry. You missed it, my brother. There's no good re-entry. The only good re-entry will most probably be here somewhere, but we will be out by then. So I think join the streams Monday to Friday. We stream on a daily basis, and then but don't try and chase it. If I'm very honest, I wouldn't try and chase a move. I'll wait till after to save the algo. You guys thought we were joking. The algo is real, guys. The algo, if you respect the algo respects you. And yeah, I haven't gone onto Keegan's stream because technically I don't want to blow up his stream too quickly. So either today or tomorrow, Keegan is going to cue me on his stream. And I don't think the guys are ready to see Keegan hit a 300 concurrent viewers. But yeah, we saved that for last. We just wanted to simmer you guys in. But either today or tomorrow, Keegan's NYSE stream is going to be blown up quite heavily. We need a new tradition. Every time we enter a trade, Keegs needs to show his feet for good luck. Just an idea by my friend, not me. Oh my goodness. How the boys want to see Keegan's feet. That's not good.
Oh my word.
You guys realize
I charge quite a bit of money for that.
You guys realize we are majority men here. 99% of the audience is men. So 2 men already talking to a lot of other men, and then him showing feet. That could be weird.
I was at the gym on Saturday, so don't you worry, Edgar. I was there, bro.
Minty, thanks so much, man. Trade was up almost 1.5%. I'm still leaving it. Trade is risk free, so either break even or a TP. I don't think I would have. Yeah, it was basically up 1.3% on my side, so no. Still leaving it, letting it run. What is pound yen doing?
You know, I love Sahil.
Is he here or what? What did he do?
He's literally training now for the boxing match.
Oh my goodness. Did he post something on IG?
Yeah, he's wearing that whole like black bag type of thing to sweat for cardio. And now he's like outside walking with his dog. He's like, yo, even his dog's getting fit for the boxing match.
But guys, it's all fun and games. Don't take it too seriously. Like a lot of guys asked me the weekend as well, what's happening, this and that with Joash. It is just fun and games. Chris, are you still gracing us in Cape Town with your presence in November? I am. I just need to finalize the dates. But it's definitely the first week in November. All we are doing is we are standing up for the trading community, and all we want is guys to be fair to their clients, to be transparent, to be truthful in what they're doing. I've got no issue if you're selling signals. I've got no issues if you're selling a course, but just be truthful in what you're selling. If you're selling signals and your results are 30%, by all means sell your results, but don't fake results and say it's 90% this. And I'm just speaking in general. We've got a general issue with guys, and some of the guys would say, but how am I scamming? So firstly, if you put somebody under false pretense as to what you are doing, that for me is technically scamming. If I'm telling you guys, I'm selling you this course that's got a 95% win rate, this and that, but on a technical basis and a statistical basis, if I take it over the last 12 months and that win rate is 85%, you are still technically not truthful. Then you should have disclaimers in place. You should have all of the technical stuff in place, because somebody can ruin you if you sell something that is, I think it's, what is it called? The Consumer Protection Act, CPA. So that is my only thing. Be truthful in what you do. Don't sell the guys a dream or try and over exaggerate your results, because that is wrong. That is a lie. But to be fair to Joash, before that thing now with Rocket X, he hasn't ever stated that he trades a live account. So he's very, that's like a very taboo thing. He's never said, hey, look guys, I trade live. But now with Rocket X showing some withdrawals, that man has now opened up a can of worms there.
Yeah, but it's also the same thing, like the whole different lot sizes now and massive differences in trades he's making.
Guys, I'm still in the trade. I will let you know as soon as I get stopped out at break even, but I'm still in the trade.
Like, Chris, just one thing on that, like you told me, so if your big days is normally like 400k a day, okay? Wouldn't you have closed out at 1 million? Because that's already smashing like your best out of the water. Why would you have held till 5 million?
Told you guys I'm gonna be a good cop. I don't know, dude. At this stage, the SA trading community is almost like a bad reality TV show.
And also, so what? Are you gonna get a new Ferrari now? Because technically, he just made more than in one trade than his current Ferrari. So you can go buy a new one now. Or you can even go buy his McLaren back.
That is the questions we should be asking. That is the...
Maybe even a new phone that for once has like a bigger battery. Because for some reason that man's phone's always dead. Stay charging on a power bank.
But I have to be honest, that's quite a vibe. You've got like a little man bag and you've got like a power bank in the man bag and your phone is always plugged in. That's quite a, I have to say, that's a vibe. AB true. The only thing is these guys know how to market, and I've told the guys so many times that's unfortunately my thing. I can't market. Like I can trade, but when it comes to marketing and selling a dream, I've never been able to do that. So that's most probably why I stopped out. Sunny, I'm still in. I'm very close to break even. But I'm still in the trade. I'm still in the trade. It is literally 3,000 Rand up here by me. 2,600. I'll see. We'll need to get back above this 80 level. Otherwise, if we reject there, I'll maybe close out manually for like, I think it is 1% if I'm not mistaken. That 80 level, no, 0.77%, but let's see. It is going for my break even now. But it's risk free, so there's no stress on the trade. No need to stress. The trade is risk free.
You know what? I actually think though, going back to what AB said, I think we should start a series where we can choose like one of our viewers, okay? So we can do maybe like the whole number thing, and we choose a viewer. Then we'll put them on 2 challenge accounts. So the viewer versus some, let's just say, well-known trader. And if you can beat the other trader, then you get a funded account.
They'll never do it, dude. That's the thing. Why would you open up yourself? They'll never do it. Like, you can call them out. You can say, listen, let's trade live in front of the people. They'll never do it. It's a mirage. It's an
Actually,
illusion.
thinking about that, not even talking about that. Like, I know we have had like a few guests on, and we do believe all our guests are legit. That's why we bring them on. But have we even had a guest yet that's actually given a signal or taken a trade live with us yet?
No.
Ooh, who's going to be the first guest to do that?
Guys, what's your take on taking partials? Rika, I take partials usually at 1-to-1. I take 90% off if the market is moving and there's volume. In some cases, I let it run a little bit further. This trade is literally about to hit my break even. It's still holding on for its life here, and there I'm out break even trade as we were talking. So break even on the buys. So literally got tapped out there, as you can see, tapped out on the buys. Gold back at that daily flip zone. So technically this should be a better buy because you've got this minor break of structure. Only concern is that 5-minute closed on its high. You guys know I don't like if a candle closes on its high or on its low. It shows that there's a lot of retail in, but for the guys that were trying to buy, you've got some structure here. Also remember I said we have yet to retest the Asia lows. DX8 pound USD can pull all the way back to even to this level here, or even back to the weekly pivot down here, so we can look for re-entries. That is how I manage that trade. But Rika, nothing wrong with taking partials. You'll see that in my trading plan on Discord. That is one of the things that I talk about in the education section under trading plan. And again, taking partials is not going to make you money. It's more for data collection. It's one of the things I told Neil, because Neil would always see a trade move on further, and he's like, Chris, you only take like say a 1-to-1 or a 1-to-1.5. What if I left it this and that? And I said, leave it. Take 90% off, leave that 10% runner. That's for your data collection. And at the end of the week, see how many of your 10% runners got stopped out at break even. And then imagine you didn't take any partials. And he was like, damn, okay, that makes sense. And I think that 1 week, all of his runners hit break even. And it was like, okay, now I know why you take partials. That is a 4-hour resistance in GBP. Why would you take a trade there? Hit 4-hour high. Hence skew, because that's what we've been doing this entire year. 4-hour resistance, 4-hour support, resistance are there to be broken or to be respected. That's the thing, you don't know what's going to happen at a 4-hour resistance. That is how market structure is formed. Market structure is formed by resistance areas being broken, and that equals bullish market structure. Reversals are formed at resistance areas where price fakes out to fail the breakout and trade back inside of the range. So you never know. A resistance will not always hold, and a resistance will not always fail. So that is the thing with trading. And as mentioned 100 times before, I just trade what I trade. You don't have to follow what I do. If that was a 4-hour resistance for you, sell it. I told you my bias for the day is bullish, my bias for the week is bullish. If I bought here, you could have easily sold there.
My thing is, guys, just remember, it's very easy to sit back and call things out after they happened.
And we managed to trade, break-even trade. So if you've been trading long enough with us, you've seen us buy into order blocks where we still joked and said, are we going to get order blocked? And price literally just runs through it. And again, I mentioned GBP USD was trading at the weekly high. This is currently your weekly high. If you go on a weekly time frame, that is your weekly top wick right there. So I mentioned it, we're trading at the weekly high, the new weekly high. I told you guys DXY was trading at the weekly low, and without a proper volume catalyst, that is why we went to break even, because I said we can come all the way back down here. I didn't say we cannot reject there. That's why we went break even. Go back on the stream. I mentioned we need to stay above 2180 to push onto that level right there. I also mentioned DXY is yet to retest the Asia lows. So whatever we do now at Asia lows, that's going to determine whether we look for rebuys from the weekly pivot. No, Keegan's not going to Cape Town. I think it will only be Keegan needs to run. He's gonna be streaming. He's gonna be running the streams for those 3 days.
Yeah, gotta keep the ship afloat over here.
Keegan's gonna need to keep things tight here in the office. Can you shortly show your view to gold? So as mentioned, gold, this is the daily flip zone. If you go on a daily time frame, remember I said we've got no top wick, and this is the flip zone, and likely if we hold that flip zone 1981, we could target Friday's highs. So only other thing is you've got your daily pivot right here. So if you are taking buys from this flip zone, just right here, 1983 daily pivot level, you would need to get through that, and then once you're through that, Friday's highs could be your target, 1997. New to stream, do you trade D40 or US30? We do. If there's a setup, didn't get a setup this morning. I mentioned sales from the Asia lows, didn't really get a test there. Also, if you go to the start of the stream, I mentioned I was expecting bearish order flow due to the fact that the Hang Seng and the Nikkei closed down almost 1% yesterday during the Asia session. Or not yesterday, today. I said yesterday because it's obviously Sunday when the markets open there. But yeah, there you can see weekly bias bearish, daily bias is bearish, and but it is Monday, guys. The weekly top week has yet to be created, weekly bottom week. That's one of the things I'm going to discuss in one of my newer videos that will be coming out hopefully this week, is the open, high, low, close. ICT does quite a bit of work on this, and if you understand that every candle has got to open, it creates a high, creates a low, it creates a close, then you'll understand your weekly time frame as well. That's also where his theory of 70% of the time Tuesday will create the high or the low of the week. High or low. So therefore Monday, Tuesdays tend to trade in the opposite range of your weekly bias. So if you bullish on the week, Monday, Tuesday could trade bearish before then flipping bullish. I'm new, your Discord link says invalid. That is not good. Let me share the Discord link with you here. I need to check that out if it says invalid. I'm gonna edit it while I've got you. I see it has changed. Thank you for letting me know, brother. The new link is in the description now. Quickly revised it. Forex trader of the industry, go box. Hello team, looking forward to trading this week. We are also looking forward to trading this week. We already at our powder wet. Weirdly enough, I'm looking for a very, very aggressive entry here on Euro. If we can get some type of break of structure above here, I potentially want to get long on this. But let's see if we can hold this round number and we can get some type of break of structure. We can even get one more pull to the downside, another break, and then get something like this strong bullish candle. Then I will execute longs, and then as well I'll be monitoring the weekly high right here, and either you're going to see a lot of volume coming through once we break through that level, or we're going to reject. So just letting you guys know what I'm looking at. So while we trade below Asia lows, while we trade below the daily pivot, the weekly pivot on the dollar, I'm keen for those longs on the crosses. And then straight after the stream, we're going to take a 15-minute break. I'm going to grab a coffee. I'm going to share the Zoom link in the Discord. I'm going to have a live Q&A session purely dealing with your questions, trading related. We don't want to talk about another trader, another streamer, because that is irrelevant to our success as traders. We will take them on the stream. We've applied pressure to various, let's call it quote unquote influencers, but as I've mentioned before, we are here for the trading community, and ultimately everything we do is for the trading community. So don't think it's malicious. There are guys out there that's doing good work. Buys of GU on the 5-minute OB. Do you classify this as the 5-minute OB? Also, weirdly enough, the weekly pivot. I still back the buys. As mentioned, I'll wait for something here and we can still execute on it. Otherwise, I'm looking at Euro. If you look at Euro GBP, you'll most probably see that Euro GBP is creating bullish market structure. Let's quickly look at Euro GBP quickly, if I can find it. Yeah. So Euro GBP pushing bullish. So Euro obviously the stronger one between the two. Oh, this green candle. This is always something I wanted to know. Weirdly enough, they always said your order block is the last down candle before the up candle that went to go on and break structure. So I know some guys would use the last down candle, some would use that bullish candle. So it's just something I always wondered about when I traded SMC for that short stint of my trading career. Some say the order block is the last down candle before the up in a buy scenario, and the last up candle before the down move for the bearish order block. I classify it as the candle before an inefficient push. I don't know what an inefficient push is, but Hein's website is almost ready, and we will sign a marketing deal with Hein to push his community as well. I think it's 2 Seattles every day. Oh, it's up and live. Yeah, guys, I will just negotiate the marketing deal with Hein. I don't know if it's gigs. Did we say 6 months worth of Seattles every day?
Yeah, that's the start off.
Yeah, and if he does it for 12 months, we'll actually have his logo on the stream as well.
Oh, that's like an additional £1,000,000, but I know you can afford it.
Owen Farrell is an inefficient push. Francia, I have to give you credit for that one. Francia, I have to honestly give you credit. That was decent. Thinking quickly there on your feet. Guys, I'm gonna cap the stream at 11. We're gonna do our live Q&A 11:15, and I'm gonna share the Zoom link. I just want to grab a coffee, and as soon as I've grabbed that coffee, we'll record it as well. And yeah, feel free to join 11:15. I'll still be monitoring the charts, but we just gonna end the stream at 11, and we're gonna go into that live Zoom call. Only 100 seats available. I see there's almost 200 in the stream, so be sure to join the Discord link. I pinned it in the chat message, so only 100 seats available. You will be able to unmute your mic, ask the questions. We'll be doing it weekly. So I almost want to say on a weekly basis, Mondays, 11:15, we will do our weekly live Zoom call. Last 5 minutes of the hourly on EU.
You can see the numbers quickly jump off there. Everyone's getting ready to join that link.
Cryptic Mondays are usually slow. So from the analytics, what we've seen is this is how our viewer count on the week looks like. Monday and Tuesday you make like a high, then Wednesdays are usually slower, because I think Monday, Tuesday the guys blow their accounts, so Wednesday they're like, fuck it, I need to start concentrating on my day job. I can't be lurking on the live streams. Then Wednesdays you hit almost looks like a head and shoulders, and then Thursday they're like, fuck, I hate my day job, let me join the streams again. And then you start picking up Thursday again, and then Friday you create like that equal high, and that's basically the same pattern week in, week out. So I don't know what happens Monday, Tuesday. Usually, even though last week Wednesday we had our highest viewer count, but after Tuesday I think that's when the guys blow their accounts or something, and then they're like, I might need to still hold on to this 9 to 5 for a bit. So let me get to work. And then Thursday guys are like, no, I'm giving this trading hustle one more go. And that's how it goes. Yeah, similar to the view account. So this is usually Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday you start dropping off, and Thursday we come to take out these liquidity highs. Yeah, we peaked at 217. That's phenomenal. I would have never even wished to have 200 guys on here, but that seems like the new norm. And we appreciate each and every one of you liking, almost 170 likes as well. So really appreciate it, guys. All right, 11:15, Zoom link will be shared. I'm going to drop it as soon as we end the stream. I'm going to drop it, myself and Keegan, Q&A. Feel free to join that. What is gold doing? Gold is just hovering at this level while it stays above that flip zone. Could still push. Just remember, this is your weekly high, guys. This is currently your weekly high where you are trading at. So anything could happen there. And Euro USD, nothing there. We'll see during the Zoom call what we have. Maybe we'll execute on the Zoom. But with that being said, guys, another Monday stream in the book. Join the Zoom link. And we will see you guys shortly. 15 minutes time. Grab a coffee. Grab a piece of toast. Grab your porridge. Whatever you need to grab. We will see you guys in 15 minutes time. I appreciate all of you guys joining. And we will see you guys shortly. Thanks so much.
Cool. Cheers, guys.